Hey guys, it's Holly. I am slightly panicked because I didn't realise how much work I had to do. So I was originally going to go to the library. So this is going to be like a study with me week in my life type vlog. For those of you who don't know me, hi, my name's Holly. I am a second year studying English literature at Durham University with a couple of education modules this year. Bit of a new thing to throw in for those of you that know. And I need to get my shit together. So I spent the last 40 minutes doing Canva posts for Meet the Juniors for welfare, so now I feel on top of that. We have a welfare meeting later. I think I'm missing some of the juniors because the juniors have only recently come into their positions and we've only had one meeting. I'm not 100% sure on who all of them are. My brain's been here, there and everywhere, so I actually missed a message from Eliza asking me the other day, but I'm just going to ask in the meeting whether I have all of them. I have 9. I think we have 11. Who knows? So that's as done as it can be. And then I literally wrote down a little to-do list in my notes, which is like, I need to have done my tutorial reading for Shakespeare tomorrow, which is Richard III, which I'm not happy about because I don't actually love the history plays, but we'll live. We get to crack out the giant complete works of Shakespeare, which is always fun, but I think I'm going to wait to do that one until this evening after my welfare meeting because I'm going to get up a play to watch alongside it, so a production of the play. I have then a seminar for my assessing education module on Thursday that I need to do seminar reading for. I have a seminar on Friday for higher education issues of exclusion and inclusion, and I need to do the reading for that, and I also need to do some wider reading and just find evidence of good and bad practice in higher education on news outlets and post that to our discussion board, so I will get on top of that today. I have a formative due on the 22nd. It's currently the 7th of November. Formative due on the 22nd, which is a plan for my summative in higher education. The summative's due in January, but it's the start of January, so really I only have till the end of this term, which is the 9th of December, to figure out any questions I have. So I want to do some of the reading around my question, which is to do with higher education as a public good. There's another question I could have picked to do with marketisation of higher education, but I actually think the two are quite linked, but marketisation as a subsection of my question, so I'm doing some wider reading about that. And then I also have a summative due in assessing education on the 6th of December, which I need to pick one of 5 articles for, so I want to pick my article today. And then I do have actual English modules that have some things coming up. I have a formative due on the 8th of December, I want to say, in literature of the modern period, which I have no clue what I'm going to write on, so that's something I need to figure out. I have a theory and criticism formative on the 9th of December. Again, no clue what I'm going to do, but before I figure that out, I want to do the seminar reading for Monday. And I also want to get on top of my seminar reading for Toni Morrison, which is on Thursday, but it's quite a thick book, one of Toni Morrison's books. It's Song of Solomon. Just if you don't know the difference between a formative and a summative. So a formative assessment is meant to kind of take stock of where you are in the teaching process and assess learning as it's happening. So it doesn't go towards your final grade. It's just part of the learning process, whereas a summative assessment, it assesses overall cumulative learning at the end of like course or module or year. My 2 education modules don't have any exams this year. They are entirely done on summative essays and projects and things, but there's 2 in each module. Toni Morrison, I think, is also all summative based, and theory and criticism does have a summative in there, I think. Shakespeare is entirely exam. I think literature of the modern period might be all exam. I don't really know. I can't remember off the top of my head. But what happens this year is those things count towards my overall module grade. And then my module grades and whatever my overall grade of this year is counts towards my degree, my classification at the end of my degree. I believe it's 40% weighting this year and 60% next year. It's not the be all and end all, but it does kind of matter. So we need to get our heads down and get this figured out. How I'm going to start is I'm going to find the reading for my 2 education seminars and grab that And what I'm gonna do with all of my seminar readings, what I do anyway, is I like to print them out, highlight them up, put notes in the borders, but also if either are relevant to potentially what I'm going to write about in my essays, in my summatives, I am going to put them into a table. I have a document with a table for both, and it's literally a table that has the reference of the text, the synopsis of the argument of the text, quotes, page numbers, and then any notes I may have of how that will help my argument. I need to find my seminar readings, print them out, read through them, highlight them up, figure out what I'm doing. And I also have just seen I'm getting some messages on our Slack for welfare, so I need to figure out what's going on there. This is our reading. We have sticky notes. We have pen and highlighter. There's a bit of a purple theme. My folders this year are purple, so I'm tying it all in. You know how it is. I just made myself a coffee while I waited for that to print. I've also got very cold, so I'm kind of happy about this. But caffeine is my friend when I am doing study days. Honestly, I think I haven't been very productive recently, and I'm trying to get back into better work habits. And knowing I sit down at my desk, so I have a little coffee machine on my desk because student life, but I sit down at my desk, I make a coffee, and I get to work. That helps me, having that routine, I think. And it's not a big routine. I don't like having my whole day as a routine, but I think establishing routines about how I start to get back to work, that really helps me. I'm making another cup of coffee. I'm going to put it in my travel mug to take with me to this welfare meeting. I need to walk all the way to Hatfield, and I'm already cold in my house, so I'm not looking forward to this walk. I'm also scared it's going to rain, but we can hope not, and it should mean that I'm energised both for the meeting and when I come home. To Hatfield. Look at how studious I am in the start of this clip. She's getting work done, she's doing well, and then, oh, watch this. Millie was also in the living room working with me, and we just ended up chatting for a solid minute, which was great fun. We were supporting each other. But this was not the productivity I intended for when I started filming. Okay, so I didn't update this vlog after our welfare meeting, but me and Millie sat downstairs and did some work. I think I kind of had a little time lapse, but it was actually just us chatting. But I sat downstairs, got some of my reading done. I finished the article I was reading, and then started on some more reading for my assessing education module for my seminar this week. I've gone over the stuff I need for my Shakespeare tutorial tomorrow. That's at 2 p.m. People are going to be in the Billy B, so I might go join them. Or my tutorial is on Palace Green, so I might go to Palace Green Library instead. Now I'm watching Enola Holmes 2. I also just had to kill the biggest spider. I can't do the saving spider thing. I get too scared that it's going to run all over me, and I know I would scream, but I can't coexist with them because they freak me out and I would be panicked the entire time. So my option is get someone else or kill it, and it was like 1:45. So I did it. It freaked me out, but it's fine. And now I am going to watch Enola Holmes 2, chill out, go to sleep, and assess where I'm going to work tomorrow when it comes to it, but I will see you then. Hello, my lovely people. It is Tuesday. My eyebrows are doing some fun things. I just filmed a TikTok like that, oh well. I'm about to head off to my Shakespeare tutorial, which is over on Palace Green, which is right by the cathedral, and that's like a 15-minute walk, so it's not far at all, right by Hatfield. We are doing Richard III, and I hate history plays. I hate them so much. Alas, we will pretend we care what we're talking about, and we will get through it. That's an hour long, and then I might go into Palace Green Library. I'm bringing some work to do that I can do after, if I so wish, in Palace Green Library, just to, give myself options. We have a decorator here today, so it might be easier to work in Palace Green, so I can get like a solid 2 hours of work done over there before it closes. I'm going to head over to my tutorial and then go work in Palace Green Library for a bit, and I will update you at some point. Okay, so it is Wednesday, the 9th of November. It is 1:09 in the afternoon, but we have a decorator at the moment. I feel like I've probably mentioned it, and he's been here. He's painted my door so it is propped open, so if I'm talking a bit quiet, that is why. But I have pom. I don't know if you can see my poms over there, but I have pom at 3. So I have a bit of time. I have like an hour and a half until I need to leave. So I am going to finish up my notes on fair and equitable assessment practice for students. And then I also might, if I have time, start some reading on, I have this book called Educational Assessment on Trial. And I actually think there's some parts in here that could be very useful for my critique of this, which is talking about fair and equitable practice in assessment and assessment methods. So this is going to be the first secondary source I read. If I don't have time before chair, I will have after, but we have made a coffee, so we have really set ourselves up to start working. That is on with the day. Oh look, sun. I have managed to read the entirety of my article and now I'm writing up my notes, but I need to leave in like 2 minutes for chair, so I'm already my little plaits. I've shoved this little zip up on over my Hatfield Day t-shirt, but I am taking my poms. I'm taking my ibuprofen gel for my hurt back. I couldn't share last week because of it, so I'm going to take this and hope for the best, and I hope my AirPods have charged as well. That is the plan. We've made some good progress. I feel like I have a good grasp of what's going on. I probably have more notes than I need, but I think it will be easy for reference, especially when I need to know this article, this report inside out. My dinner today is officially consisting of garlic bread, and then I am going to shower. It's 5 to 5. We have a social at 8. It's a bar crawl. It's under the sea themed, and I am going to be wearing fishnets, green skirt, purple top that has fishnet arms, so it is both kind of, it's aerial-ish colours, but it's all like fishnet, so I'm also like fishing net. I'm just going to finish writing up some of my notes from that article while I eat. Okay, so I'm ready for my social. So this is for my cheer team. We are Hatfield Cuts cheer. We're doing a bar crawl. We're starting in Cuts, and the theme is under the sea. So originally I was like, oh, I could do like an aerial look with this top, but then I thought, oh, it's like fishnet, so I could put fishnets on and create like a I am fishnet. This skirt is tiny. This could work. Okay, I like this more. Okay, this is now the outfit. I have come home from my social. We did a bar crawl. We hit up Hatfield, Chad's, John's, and the Undie, which is Castle. And then some people went on to Jimmy's, but I could not club tonight because I need to be up and at Hatfield for 8 a.m. for a breakfast with the welfare team and the assistant master. So I'm part of welfare, as I've told you. We're having a breakfast with the assistant master, Heather. She is lovely. The plan tomorrow is I'm going to take all my stuff with me to breakfast. I'm going to go to Palace Green Library, do some work there, head up to Hillbead for my assessing education seminar at 11, and then probably come back here and do some work. I will see you guys then, because I don't really have a whole lot else to say other than Paddy's is love, Paddy's is life. I will see you guys tomorrow. Oh, that's a look. Today has taken a turn. I can't walk. I messed my knee up even more than it was already messed up. We were doing jumps yesterday at cheer, but I felt like I could just walk and it was kind of fine. Still, I walked home and it was fine. And the social, we ran between John's bar to Castle with an egg between our palms. I was running with Kaz, and then literally just became a point where I was like, there is so much shooting pain going through my knee that I can't do this, like the top of my kneecap. And it didn't go away, so I came home and I was in pain. It stopped me from getting to sleep, and then I've woken up and I'm still in pain, called the doctors, and I have a doctor's appointment later. I stood up. I had to sit back down for a second. Like, it hurt so much. So I'm not going to my seminar that's meant to be at 11 because I genuinely don't think, even if I took a bus, I don't think I could walk there. And I'm going to Uber to the doctors and back. But I don't have the funds to Uber to my seminar as well. So unfortunately, we're having a day at home. What I've figured out today is when standing hurts, showering is difficult because you don't want to put weight on the bad knee. But then that makes you very unbalanced. It's not a great plan. I don't recommend. But I'm trying to get some bits done. I might take some work to read with me to the doctors just in case I'm waiting a while. An article or a little book or something. I'm going to have to sit weird because I can't bend this leg, so we're just going to leave her as is. But I've just been to my doctor's appointment. Apparently, I've most likely torn a ligament in my leg. I've been prescribed anti-inflammatories to grab tomorrow, and I need to set up an appointment with physio. Apparently, also the fact that I've spent years doing like dance, gymnastics, trampolining, now cheerleading, and I'm quite flexible, means I may have some hypermobility issues that will have exacerbated the fact that whatever I've done has potentially been bothering me for a while. Not as long as all of my knee issues, but it might have been stretched for like a little bit and then I overdid it. But I didn't really feel it properly because of hypermobility. Anyway, but your girl's in pain. Your girl cannot walk properly. So we're accepting that. I have ordered like one of the gel ice packs. But on the bright side, my mum sent me some hand warmers and they arrived today, which just makes me happy. Here's some I got out earlier. Now, I am just going to take some painkillers and do some work. I've pretty much written up all the notes I wanted to on my assessment article, so now I am going to do some secondary reading. We'll see what that looks like when I've looked at all of the big stack of books next to me and decided what I'm using. I feel like I owe you guys a little bit of explanation. On Wednesday when I went to cheer, we were training jumps and I landed funny. I walked it off and I thought my knee was fine. It felt fine. When I'd done it, it got a pain go down it. But once I walked it off, it was fine. And then at the social, we were running from John's Bar to Castle with an egg between our palms and pears. And I must have just impact or something, reignited something in my knee. And I got a pain that didn't go away across like the inside and then over the top of my knee. Rest of the night, whilst I was in bed, laying down, sitting down, standing up, walking, all of it, still had pain in my knee. So I booked a doctor's appointment yesterday, could barely walk, couldn't really bear weight properly, got told I've pretty much torn a ligament in my knee and then I need to book a physio appointment, but they don't have any and I need to try calling them next week. I went to my lectures and seminars today. I went to Elvet Riverside to do my lecture and then it would have taken longer to walk home and I had a 2-hour gap. So I went to Palace Green Library and then up to Hillbead for my seminar because it meant ultimately less walking. There was a point where I wasn't sure I could deal with the walk up to Hillbead, but I managed it. I have been given these naproxen tablets. I ordered a ice pack off Amazon, or one of the gel ones you put in the freezer, so that's in the freezer and in a couple hours I'm going to grab that. Another just sad thing that's happened, this used to be a really cute lemony yellow and now it's like a grey yellow disgusting colour, and that happened when I washed it and it's made me really mad. And also it was so windy today, so I was trying to battle the wind while not being able to walk very fast or like very well at all. I can't properly bear weight on my knee, so but I've come home to some parcels. There were 3 parcels on the stairs and they were all for me. Done a lecture, went to the library, read up about the marketisation of education. It's what we were talking about in my seminar, but I think I can use it as a source in my summative, which I'm writing the plan for right now, and the plan's due on the 22nd of this month, and it's currently the 11th, so 11 days, so I think that will work out well. We're just hoping for the best and going to open some parcels before getting back to work. Let's start with my Shein one first. So this is all part of a costume for a party that's like what you wanted to be when you grew up, and mine is a ballet dancer. Leg warmers. I know you can't really see what they are when they're just folded up like that, but those are leg warmers. And then a little wrap, like that. Little sleeves. I'm also getting obviously like pink ballet tights. And then I also shopped the Able Black Friday sale. So I got this full set and delivery. It was like about 20 quid. It's a matching little set. These are the leggings. I got the leggings in a medium. So this like bluey grey slate blue animal print. Exact same print. Little V neck and then just cross in the back, which gives better support, I find. And I got the top, the padded cuffs. I got top in the small. I do outfit of the days over on my TikTok, which is linked below all the details, but if you want to see how I style this, head over there. I love an athleisure set, and also I would wear this full set, a jumper or a hoodie, and just wear it to all of my lessons. I am going to add the notes I made on the article that I used in my seminar into my essay plan grid, so that I have that stuff there if it's relevant, so I can quote it. And then we are going to read a bit of educational assessment on trial to support my assessing education summative, the other ones for my higher education one. After I've read a bit in this, I am probably going to look to see what reading I need to do for my theory and criticism seminar on Monday. A riveting Friday night. I was planning to take a bit of a break tonight, but my injury meant I had a break day yesterday, so I didn't get that much done. We're downstairs to study today, mainly because I had a Tesco delivery. I needed to put washing on, and I can refreeze my ice pack when I'm down here. So I'm tackling the stairs the least amount of times possible, but whipped out higher education as a public good. I'm gonna do some reading. I have a pastry. Life is good. Well, it's not, I'm injured, but life is good-ish. Oh God, I look tired. I promise you I don't feel that tired. I think just being injured means I've slept slightly worse because I can't get comfy. I have a limited amount of time to get some work done because we are going to go to Nando's for dinner tonight, and then Spoons, and then some people are going out for SNK. I currently can barely walk, so I don't think I'm going to be seen in a club for a little while, but it is what it is, you know. I've grabbed my coffee, so we've started the study routine, and I'm ready to work. This is for tomorrow for my 11 a.m. theory and criticism seminar. I hate this module, but I love my seminar leader because he does make things understandable, and his readings he sets are very useful. This is kind of just like the handout, the overview. So some questions to think about from the readings, some critical quotes, and then the 2 required readings are listed at the top. The first one is this one that I just printed out about context. Great title, Context Stinks. It's a great title for this article. And the other is in this really thick book here. I'm going to get to do some reading. I've got up a true crime documentary because of course I have. I'm going to get into it. If the amount of notes on these pages isn't suggestive of how much I'm really having to put brain power into understanding this article, I don't know what is, but it's 3:20. I am going to go grab an ice pack, refill my water in my coffee machine, make another coffee, and get my head down. So I don't actually know the last thing I filmed, but I am popping in to sign this vlog off and also to give a little bit of an update. So I have finally been able to book a physio appointment. It's not till next week, but hopefully that helps. I am missing being able to stretch and like properly use my body, but alas, it is what it is, and my ankle is starting to hurt for overcompensating for my knee. We live with it, we live and we learn. Thank you guys for watching. We made some good headway on some of my essays, and that is what I'm gonna do this afternoon as well. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell, you know this. Enjoy it all, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.